Good evening, y'all. Welcome to Mediumship Night on the Medium channel. So, for tonight, we get to drop all the stress in the world, focus on opening our hearts, and inviting our spirit loved ones and our guides in. So, if you're watching this as a video, don't go anywhere because your loved ones could still come through because they're not of time and space anymore. And they'll somehow know that you're here to receive their messages. So, you'll hear us out. I'll timestamp when we actually start the messages for anybody that's here just to experience some evidential mediumship. So this is basically evidential mediumship from the heart. Basically, what that means is that that we rely a lot on evidence. We want to validate, if not prove, the continuity of life, but not only prove that those that pass on didn't die, but also to validate that they're still intelligent. They still remember who they are. They still know who you are. They still see what's going on in the world. So we're going to get started in just a minute. I'll explain how this works, especially in this format, because it's not the easiest to work in from the perspective of a medium, but it does stretch me a little bit. And then we'll just get going. So let me just say a few quick hellos. If anybody's here, Fallon, Chloe, Tracy, Adair, welcome, Janet, Felicia, hi, Kimberly, Rebecca. You know, the name Rebecca popped into my mind when I was meditating before. So either there's a Rebecca in spirit, or you might get a message. So we'll get to that in a minute. Hi, Laura, Mimi, Marissa again, Mimi, Michael Marr. All right, so people are fine. Yes, hello, Donna. You had a gorgeous sunset. It's snowing here, so we didn't see much of a sunset here where I am. And we are expecting a couple of inches of beautiful snow, basically. So anyway, I'm excited that you guys are here also. And as time goes on, more and more people will come in. So that's just sort of the nature of things. And Julia, so you called alive, Julia. Very good. So very nice. So hello, everybody, and welcome. So basically, we are opening this up to spirit. And the way that mediumship works is like I can't call them in, and I'll go over the rules in a second, but all I can do is really open and invite them, and whoever comes will come. Now, in a group setting like this, right now there's 48 people on the chat, which means for every person there's probably anywhere from 3 to 10 spirits. So there's a lot of beings that are here that are vying for our attention. So what I do before I come on, I open my heart, I say my prayers, one thing to validate that we're safe and protected, that no negative, evil spirits or any of that kind of stuff can come into this higher vibrational vortex that we're creating. So we're completely safe. But it's not really just that. I just, put it out there to allow the spirits and my guides to work together so that they don't confuse the heck out of me. We're up to 52. So they don't confuse me by everybody coming in at once, and that we can direct the messages to those that might need it the most, or those that may not be able to swing, booking a private session with a medium at this time. And on that note, mention this event if you want to book a reading, and you'll get 10% off. This is Mediumship Night on the Medium channel. And the email is info@atombetweentheworlds.com, which is, you can find that in the information part of my channel also. So anyway, so hello, Val, Erin, Patsy, reviewer. Hello, Bobby, another medium's in. Hi, Chris. Hello. Very good, very good. So people are fine. Yes, we're up to 62. Hello, Anita. Welcome, old friend. And Land of Oz. I love that handle. All right, so people are coming. They're finding us. So let us get started. So I'm going to do, I'll just explain how this works. So there's only one rule. When it comes to mediumship work, at least the way that I work, there's only one rule. Anybody that died can come through, meaning your neighbor's cat might try to come through. I mean, usually that doesn't happen, but to give you an example, anybody that passed on can come through. They could have passed yesterday. They could have passed 75 years ago. Now, there's I'll call it a Goldilocks zone because I like that expression. There's a Goldilocks zone where spirits that have been on the other side maybe for a few months, but maybe not more than, 10, 15, 20 years, that tends to be the strongest group and the most likely to come through, but anybody can come through. I think a couple things happen that sometimes spirits get used to the other side, so they don't really come through into the physical as much right after they pass. And then as time goes on, they can reincarnate, they can come into new bodies. And when they reincarnate, it's not like they're not in the spirit realm. We are in the spirit world also, even though we're in physical bodies, but they're not as accessible. It's not as easy to connect with those souls that are 100% in the spirit world. Hopefully that makes sense. So anyway, hello, Yolanda. Hello, Maddie. Hello, JGB. And if I miss anybody, Karen, if I miss anybody, it's just that I miss you. We're not playing favorites or anything. So I just want to mention anybody that passed can come through. I can't call them in. And for two reasons. One, to be fair to everybody. And two, because it works much easier if I don't try to pick up on any particular person's loved ones, but rather just ask Spirit to bring the right spirits through at this time. Another thing is that in groups, we're going to find a lot of continuity. Like I can get somebody named Irwin that had a heart attack and 3 fingers, and 4 or 5 people may have an Irwin that had 3 fingers with a heart attack. These things happen. So there's this group energy and group dynamic. And sometimes a message from one person goes out to 5 or 10 people. So, you may be getting most of what I'm saying, but somebody's getting everything. So they're taking the message. But if some of it resonates with you, your loved ones are probably piggybacking that reading also. So we try to get information out to as many people, and that's the way to do it. I want to say hello, Virginia. Hello, Lois. Hello, Leslie. Hello, Colleen. Welcome back. So that's that. So anybody can come through. I've had sessions where somebody came in and their ex-mother-in-law dominated the full hour. But when that happens, there's a reason. They know better than us. I'll put it to you that way. Now, the way information comes through, it's all energy. When we pass on, we're still conscious living beings, but we don't have bodies. So the only way that we can connect is energetically. And when they come to me energetically, they'll activate my psychic senses. Sometimes we call this psychic mediumship or mental mediumship. So they'll activate my senses. So I'll see things, I'll smell things, I'll hear things, I'll get symbols, I'll get feelings. And that's the way that they come through. Sometimes they use my own references to get messages to you, because when they come through, they're able to understand to some degree my energy and how I like to receive messages, because they want it to work. We all want this to work. So they're going to try to make it as easy as possible. So they'll recognize things like that. Like, for example, I don't have my tarot cards with me, but I read tarot. It's very common that they'll pop tarot symbols in my mind because it's something that I can interpret. And where we like the very specifics, I will get names, I will get initials. I won't always know if it's their name. Sometimes I'll get a name and it may be who they're with, who's here in the loved one. I will get conditions in the body, we'll get appearances, I will get all that evidential stuff. But to me, the beauty of the message is like a picture's worth 1,000 words. It's almost like what's less tangible can be the most powerful thing. And I'll always share my symbols. Or if I don't, I'm not following what I learned in mediumship training if I don't do that, because it may mean something different to you. There's no wrong messages as long as I'm not in my thinking mind, as long as I'm vibrating at that level where I'm accessing spirit. There's no wrong information. There's just wrong interpretation. There can be human errors. I'll get the symbols. I'll tell you what I think it means. If it means something different to you, then very good. It means something different to you. So that's great. So specifics like that will come through. And more than anything, they want to let us know there's no death. There's only life after life. And they want to help us to lose the fear of dying, because then we lose the fear of living, and then we can live our lives we can live our lives with courage and faith, without fearing the inevitable, basically. So they want to help us with that. And that's an important part of spiritual growth, because every initiation, part of us dies, so a new part can be reborn. So if we fear dying, we fear change. And it's hard to have true awakenings that way. Also, they want to help us to heal. And a lot of times people will come. I'll get readings. I'll get beautiful messages that they're asking me, but what happened? Did they get murdered? Was this an accident? And more often than not, that doesn't come through, and people can get frustrated. But I try to explain they're not wanting to rehash a traumatic event in your life. They're trying to help you to heal, basically. So they want to give you information that's going to be beneficial in that way. Now, there's exceptions. Sometimes they'll show me exactly what happened, but just to make that clear, their job is to help us to heal, to help us to open, to help us to recognize that they're still with us. They're still communicating with us. And although we can't hold them and touch them the way we like, we can still have an intimate spirit relationship with them. So anyways, that's a little bit of a background for you guys. So show the appreciation, hit the like button. Yeah, that would be awesome. So if you like this, I'll start out with a little prayer, and I'll try to clear and step into spirit more and see what we can get through. So anyway, dear Mother, Father, God, we thank you for all of our blessings and keeping us safe and empowered during these times of immense earth changes. We know that we are the light. We are in the light. We know that we cannot be harmed, that spirit is love and love is spirit, and we are in that vibration of love. And we thank you for all of our blessings. Amen. Shalom. Namaste. So I'll actually need my glasses, because what's going to happen is I'll get messages. There's about a 10-second delay. And then and your job, if you recognize most of what I'm saying, I like to start out getting at least 4 or 5 bits of evidence. If you're able to understand most of that, you can let me know this may be for me, and then I'll get more evidence, especially if there's multiple people that are claiming the same messages in spirit. I'll get more, and that tends to weed people out, so to speak. So if I know that I have several of my personal clients come to these, and just to make this a group experience, I'll let you guys know if I know the person I'm reading for. I want this to be, honest and authentic and in integrity and everything. I'm not here to prove how good a medium I am. I'm here to serve spirit, basically, and that's what this is all about. So so on that note, let me just again take a moment, clear my mind. So I know the name Jack is coming, and before 20 of you tell me I have a Jack, let me get a little bit more information here. And he's funny too, because now I'm hearing Monty Python doing the lumberjack song. So I think I'm with somebody that was pretty outdoorsy. I feel like he's saying yes and no. It's more like I had kind of a burly appearance and I had a beard. And also, I don't think this person was that old. I want to say maybe 40s or 50s. No more than the 60s, I want to say. And I know who's ever coming through had sons, at least 2 sons, maybe a 3rd son and a daughter also. And wherever I'm going, I think somebody lost a pet recently. I believe a cat. And I feel like that they want to know that. And they popped the name Katie, or Catherine, but it goes by Katie in my mind. Names could be in the living. They could be on the other side. And it's also shown me the number 10. The 10th day of a month's important. October may be important, one or the others, and then the 11th. So I think there's references to maybe October 11th or October and November are important in the family. I do believe I'm with somebody that rode a motorcycle, or somebody in this energy rides a motorcycle. And I think there's other Jacks. It could be Johns also, Johns that go by Jack. So there's those names would be in the family, I want to say. Now, see if anybody's getting that. Love that. Thank you. Okay. So I don't think anybody's quite either that or the delay's a little bit longer, or they're not picking up on this. I know that I'm with somebody that had dark hair. He would tend to not keep it that short, I want to say. And the name could be who they're with or who's here in the living. And I know there's a beard also. And I feel like this is somebody that passed suddenly. It may have been an accident. It may have been a heart attack. It had that impact kind of feeling. So who's got that? Anybody? Because I think I've been on long enough for somebody to claim this, right? That we've been talking about that. I'll move on to the next contact so somebody gets an idea where I'm talking. I feel like I want to reach out to my mother. So, yeah, I don't think this is. Yeah, so my dad, Jerry, died of accident. Jack, yeah, yeah. And if I'm describing that person, that might be for you. I want to say, okay, where's Uncle Jack? But all the rest didn't fit him. All right, so that Jack's a common name. Thank you for being honest with that. My cat died months ago. All right, if your cat died months ago, I may be with him, and I may be having a secondary contact. I want to say, I could take the name Cat and K, but that's not me. That rest doesn't fit. Let me get more information. All right. Mm. It's John Barefoot. All right, so Barefoot, Alaska, Christine. Um, you guys pay attention. I think the cat that passed was on the lighter side and not that big. I want to say also. And again, I feel like this person with a brother energy. I think there's a Wilson, a William or Wilson. There's a W name connected, and hopefully I'm not going into two different energies at once. Let me just back up a second. And I feel like the person that's here is with somebody that would be either your mom or a mother figure. I know that this person smoked also. They also popped a name like Steve in my mind. So I think there's a Steve or Steven. So yeah, the names could be confusing. And I definitely get a sense that this could be Christine, even though the references to Jack didn't quite hit. But so it sounds like some hits. Let me just move on and give the messages. And I'm also seeing a lot of like records, like old LPs and stuff like that. Not all of them in jackets, I want to say. And they keep popping the number 8, like 88, 88. August 8th may have a meaning where I'm going also. But I feel like to say, not to feel sorry for me that I lived a good life that is on and off. There may have been some drinking or some use of substances along the way, but I feel like as I'm saying that I'm here, I'm clean and sober. So I think that we were able to reach that point in life. So this is just to let you know that life is challenging, but to also know that the spirits, especially ones that passed in the last 5 or 10 years that weren't terribly old, are seeing us through these changes, and to have faith. And I feel like you or somebody close to you where I'm at right now, it's like either looking at a move or just moved recently. Could I get the sense of going out the door, or maybe having to do that kind of quickly? And I think I have a feeling I may have trended into another spirit too, because all of a sudden I saw the Chrysler building in New York City, in Manhattan. So I think I'm also with somebody that's got some New York City connection. So I'm going to check your comments, see if anything is really hitting. Jake died suddenly from a heart, but didn't have a beard. Or no, that's not you. Then great point. And peacefully passed, helping us now. Yeah, last name York. Okay, drinking. Dog died 1018. Wilson was a smoker, big time. So Wilson, I have a feeling that's the name that I heard. Yeah, Williams, it sounds like name. So I have a feeling Wilson just popped in when I was doing this other connection. And what's she saying? Yeah, it's my cat's name. She was a tiny cat, looked happy. I have her brother Steve. He's okay though, both music buffs. That's what I said. I think there's somebody here for you, Christine, even if the original contact didn't quite hit for you. So I'm going to work with that for a second and work with the others. What's pushing a spirits of mine? This might be for me. The name isn't right, but my boyfriend passed on in December. He had a drink, he had a beard. All right, okay. See, my son just began a road trip to move back to Austin. Yeah, I think that this is for you, even if, again, the person coming through maybe somebody other than Jack, and they're with Jack. That can happen. But I feel like I don't know if this is a father or where this is, but I feel like, and the person with the dark hair and the beard is here and giving you a big hug, and that person may be more of a friend, almost like a big brother kind of an energy. But I have a feeling to say something to the effect that you or somebody may be working on overcoming your own I was gonna say issues or challenges like with smoking or something like that. But I feel like he's there to help, and this feels like somebody who's kind of maybe burly on the outside, but very soft and warm on the inside. That's just wanting to let you know that I'm with you. It almost feels like a brother figure. So hopefully, at least some of that's making sense. Let's see what other uh, super close. Yeah, I feel like there's a father energy, and he had a heart attack. So even if I'm not describing your dad, if the person with the beard and that connection is not him, I think that's somebody that's with him. So I'll put it that way. And I feel like he's just sending you a lot of love and just saying everything's going to be okay. You know, a lot of us are going through a lot of changes. February is a big month. He's also shown me the number 8, so there may be a specific reference to the 8th, 18th, or something with 8 in February that's important. There's a T name with an I. I don't know if that's Tina, Tim, but Tiffany, but TI, that comes up, her initials. So, and I feel like they're talking about you coming along. I feel like they're talking about getting more into music, wanting you to sing. I don't know if you like to sing or if you're a singer, or somebody, because I'm seeing like musical notes and scales in my mind. And I feel like they're saying that that's going to really help to set your energies. And, you know, I just feel like the father energies here, very, very, very loving, very warm. I think there's a dog on the other side also. And just like, sorry that I had to leave you so soon, basically. Some acknowledgement that maybe from the other side, he could have um, done more for his health, I want to say, but it was purely a medical condition. And he also show me like a bicycle, looks like a girl's bicycle, and I'm raising the seat up, and I'm wondering if there's a daughter or niece that's gone through a growth spurt that likes to ride a bicycle, and we had to adjust the seat because he got too big for the bike. But in any event, if you understand some or all this, there's sending a lot of work, a lot of energy your way. And also I get this image of fixing things outside of the house, like hammering things or fixing things around the house. So there may be a little bit of light repairs that are going on. But I feel like you're saying to hang in there, and I want to see if any of this is making sense. My mom's name is Terry. Okay. My birthday's February 12th. And all right. Okay. And relation to somebody and moving to New York City. All right. So I think your people here, and seeking for okay, very good. I'm just looking if there's any more from Christine. You are most welcome. Thank you. January 18th. Yes, we like to. So you know, your dad may popped, and that could be the 8 or 18. Tim is my cousin. Thank you. His dad, my uncle Bill, just passed. That's the William. He did that. He told us how to ride bikes. He could fix anything. He was an electrician. Thank you. So this is the validation that he's with you. And I feel like he's saying you don't really need the validations because you know he's with you and he's there. And I don't know if you like candles, but you know, you like candles, you might see the candle move and there's no draft and no wind. He tries to respond to you to let you know that he's there. And I suppose say that you're very intuitive. And I don't know if you ever worked with a Ouija board when you were younger, but unless that's a metaphor, but he showed me that. I mean, I when Sal went Halloween ceremony, I worked with a Ouija board, and it took me 10 minutes to get information I could get in about 10 seconds doing evidential mediumship. So I judged it, yeah. And yeah, Val, no judgment here, but I think your loved ones are coming to you also. So I feel like he's there sending you a lot of love, because I don't know if you feel like you've been depressed lately, but I feel like they're trying to uplift you. And I don't know in the chat if you mentioned there's mother figure that passed on. Sometimes a grandmother comes through like a mother figure, but I feel like they're giving you a lot of support. Now, I may be flipping to different people. There's almost 100 people on, so that can happen. I feel like somebody's boyfriend, partner, I think it's recent, but passed suddenly also. And I don't know if that goes to Val at all, or if that goes to who I was just with, or somebody else. I feel like I'm working with Val, so I started seeing when I was 3 playing him. Yeah, I feel like I'm going more into your energy here, and Oh, so that's you. So your boyfriend passed in December. Okay. He came through last time. Now this feels familiar to me. Didn't he come through in the Yule session? I don't remember anything, but other than he threw. Do you know who had like a bar in their house? I'm either I'm going into Katie's energy. This may be back to Val. Um, yes, he did. So he did come through before. Um, and I don't know if it's you or him that had like I don't know if it's in the basement or somewhere in the house. There's like a little bar, like you could serve liquor from, but it may not have been used for that. But I just saw that image in my mind. Um, so, all right, so this session may be more about getting those quick messages out. So hello from that, and Crystal's recognizing the eighth. So I think that's Kathy's way, and it's his brother Steve. So I think that there's that. Um, and I'm waiting to see if okay, so Val would understand that also. Thank you. Marie, you have a bar in the basement. I'm looking for I forgot who I was with before. Katie. Oh, you don't know about the bar. Okay. Um, I don't know about the bar, but it could be a metaphor then if he drank a lot. All right. That's why I like to share because I don't always interpret it right. He might as well have had a bar in the house. He's funny, right? He's a hoot, I want to say also. And in a way, I feel like he's saying, that you helped them a lot. It's almost like you were his healer in a way. And I don't know if you like music also, but I just get the image of a piano. I mean, the other meaning that you might hear a theory of music, I want to say. And there's something about, I don't know if there's something about getting like tickets to like a concert and then you couldn't go or something like that. Or if you like music and you went to concerts together, it's something. It's like two tickets to a concert. I feel like he's trying to show me, and I feel like that's significant. I also feel like there's a name like Andrea, is it, or Andrew, but an AN name that may be relevant also. But I feel like your boyfriend is here and just letting you know. I feel like I'm supporting a new relationship. I know it's a little bit new, but you may be meeting somebody very soon if that hasn't happened already. And he's giving me the sense to say, in the grand scheme of things and the karmic choices that we made before we even met, it was sort of arranged that there'd be a point that he'd move to the other side and then a different type of soulmate would come in. So he's just wanting to let you know you're not going to be alone. I mean, we never are alone. And then again, I'm going to like piano and music, and maybe trying to take music lessons. I don't know, but and what did we say about this? I helped him out. He loved music, and his aunt Anne. Okay, it's Anne. All right, and died right after he passed, so he's with Anne as well. Um, so I want to say, I feel like he's acknowledging that maybe you have some connection to music also, and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, my shirt's just a little sloppy right now. Anyway, it's my yeah, gifted to me from an opera singer, a fairly well known one in New York City. Well, it's actually his husband gave me the shirt, but um yeah, after he died, yeah. All right. Okay, so let me take a say. I'm gonna go into so there's a child, a younger person here. Yeah, let me see if he can. I believe a boy. I don't feel like this boy grew up. I want to say so. This may have been very young passing. I want to say, um, but very attached to a dog that looks in my mind. Yeah, I can see the dog. Is that a spaniel or um cocker spaniel? But I feel like he's with them. He may have been 3, 4, or 5. I want to say, but I do get the sense of doctors. There were doctors around me, so I think this is more of an issue. Somebody that had known condition or known illness. I want to say, I feel like I'm supposed to say the doctors didn't kill me, whatever that means. If anybody's understanding that, um, maybe a Brian name like that connected here. I feel like he's saying, I'm here to say hello, to pass the message all along to mom. I want to say also, that I'm still here and that she is hearing me. She is here hearing or sensing my energy. So I think if anybody's going to understand that, you'll know somebody who lost a younger child to the spirit world, probably a male. Um, Flat co-receiver. All right. Okay. Could be a beagle. Yeah. Yeah. There's a similar look. It's that hound kind of look with the floppy ears and the colorings I wanted to bring out. So if you understand the rest of that might be something that's for you as well. So anyhow, let me just take a moment. Step aside. Okay, so we've got somebody in uniform coming in. Somebody that was taller or thinner, but I think he was more lengthy. So I want to say probably at least 6 foot, if not, somewhere between 6 and 6'4". I'm seeing weight, so I think this is somebody strong that worked out. I want to say also, but I do feel like there were lung issues, like he may have smoked. I feel like this is somebody that had larger dogs. I'm going to a whole new energy. They just popped the name Tony in my mind. So there may be a Tom, Tony, Anthony connection. Names could be who they're with or who's in the living, or it could be their name also. I feel like he's saying it's more like a police. I was a police officer is what I'm hearing. I mean, there may have been military also in here. I was a police officer, I'm going to say also, and I feel like he'd be very proud of that as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if I'm not that far from my area, maybe more towards like the Albany area, Hudson Valley. I live in the Catskills. I wouldn't be surprised if where I'm going that I'm with. I feel like I want to say hi to my sister or sister figure. I want to say that's in the living. And they show me a horse also. So I think that there's a reference to somebody that likes horses or rode horses. And I think there's a name like Dan or a DA name connected to that, I want to say. So where are we? So Tony Anthony was a great grandfather and a police officer. So I guess the saying hi to his brother would be an error on my part. He's probably with his brother, or say hi to your brother, perhaps. I don't know if you knew Tony, but he knows you because he's here, and we'll get to you in a second, Felicia. Also, he did have it was a pit bull. All right, so that's Brian. So I think I've got both of them kind of coming through. And Val just fought who takes the AEW wrestling show last week. So the person that was coming through for you is aware of those tickets, I want to say. And Carrie Sue, Dan's my husband. Carrie Sue, we've done readings for you before. That's Micah, right? That's the young child I'm picking up on. I didn't know you were on the chat, and I didn't know your husband's name. So hi, Carrie Sue. Hi, Micah. Hi, and hi to Dan. Because I feel like he's feeling down. I want to say. I mean, I understand the circumstance, but I feel like it's saying the music is very uplifting. This might be the theme of the tonight music. I'm going to get back to Tony in a second and the other two, just to let you know. But that was wonderful. Yeah. So yeah, that sounds like Micah. Yeah. And firstly, I want to thank you for not chiming in beforehand, because that makes this more authentic, because I didn't know that you were on. And certainly, with a group of like 90 people, somebody else might have a young child. But the thing is, you're the mom, so you know what? Another young person piggyback that reading, because somebody, specifically was mentioning that they wanted to talk, wanted to let their mom know. Oh, no. No, that's Micah. He's saying, no, I wanted to let my mom know. He's kind of like being very animated. He's like, no, I wanted to tell my mom I'm okay through you. Like, that's what he's telling me right now. And I don't know if you have the cat or dogs even, but I feel like I like to freak the cat out and the animals, to let you know, I want to say. And it's talking about who was playing with my blocks or my Legos. So I feel like you're talking about who was just playing with my Legos, basically. He's aware of that. I want to say also that he's in the house with you guys and your children as well. And And I feel like saying speak up also. He's gotten very wise on the other side. I feel like saying speak up, don't let them get over on you or get away with it, I want to say as well. And I don't know if you guys are planning a trip soon. I want to say east, maybe to Ireland or something like that. But I feel like I want to acknowledge some travel to somewhere nice. It may not be a huge long trip, and I feel like saying I'm going to go with you. I wish I could be here physically, but you always pack me with you wherever you go anyway. So it feels like I'm there with you anyways, and my toys and stuff like that. And uh, you have 3 cats, okay? So I know there's a delay. So and Chloe, um, that's your daughter's playing with his magnetic block. He was there. Yeah, that's why he showed me that. Yeah, he was there, and that must have been the last day or two, because that's what he was showing me. Also, I feel like saying we have a good old time because he's there also playing with them, and the little ones know that, they feel that. I want to say as well. It's funny. I just got my first cat's name Strephon in my mind, but that's not your cat's names, but he was a Siamese, and you may come across a Siamese cat at some point if none of your cats now are a Siamese, because I'll use my own references. So we'll see, but that popped up in my mind. Uh, oh, you just went to Puerto Rico. Okay, I don't always get things right on time, but he's aware of the trip to somewhere nice that's east of here, obviously southeast of here. But honestly, if I was to make a stab at it, I would have asked you went to Bermuda, but it's a similar vibe, and he was there. So just to let you know, it's like your son is watching over you. It's almost like he's your parent now and helping you to understand more about spirit and more about your own destiny and think that you're going to be doing. Because I feel like you're going to be helping a lot of people, and you're going to be helping them to understand how to stay healthy in life and how to take care of themselves better. Um, and because you're good at that, basically, it may not be your job or profession, but you're good at it. I think part of it is teaching people how to eat well and learning about or practicing sustainable living, farming, things along those lines. But there's more to it than that, because I think that with that there's going to be like medicinal herbs and flowers and other things that are going on. I don't know if any of you are into cannabis, but all of a sudden I chuckle because they pop the image of like a pot plant in my mind. If not, forgive me. I'm switching somewhere else, but who cares? It's legal. But in any event, that's what I have for you basically, and to let you know that he's with you, and hopefully that makes sense for you. Um, yeah, we're supposed to get a couple of inches of snow, and then into the 40s tomorrow here in the Northeast. So it's like a warm front. So sometimes it snows out ahead, and then the warm air comes in and melts all the snow. All good. Love cannabis. um. So anyway, but that was for Carrie Sue. But in any event, whatever, whatever the case, she taught me so much. So you have a vegetable farm. Okay, I get it. Always trying to feed her. Oh, there you go. Okay, even if it sounds cannabis, there you go. Um, yeah, I think your son is very funny. I think that's more the issue here. All right, so Brian, let's go to Brian, and then who else was I going to go to? The other person, was it Val? The other person, remind me. Yeah, who I was going to come to. I know, Felicia, you've kind of on these a lot, and I don't think that your Brian came through before, at least not in this way. Hey, Anna, welcome. Um, so that'd be the piggybacking part, yeah. Uh, oh, Brian, I feel like I don't know, like he's, I don't know. It's almost like when he comes in, like he's strong, basically. Yeah, he's very protective. I want to say very much with you. I feel like he admires your independence. I want to say also, and um, and everything's fine in the spirit world. I don't know if he ever wore like a baseball cap, or if you do, but then I want to turn it around, almost like what catchers do, like have the rim and back. I want to say. Um, and I guess you've had fruit trees. I'm kind of seeing like fruit on trees right now in my mind, and I don't know if there's anything that would be relevant to you about selling land or some kind of property deal or somebody selling the land. Um, but that popped up in my mind. I think this is still Brian's energy. I feel like he's saying he was quite intuitive also, and that he could hear things or sense things as well. And that and I know Felicia through YouTube primarily. We've never done a reading before, so I know a few things about you. Yeah, I know that you're very into the horses and everything, and probably farming also. I don't know if you know who Ellen is or an EL name. Sometimes I'll get Helen's and Ellen's confused, but then maybe say hello to somebody that he's with on the other side. And oh my God, Yolanda, that sounds terrible. Um, yeah, gosh, sorry that you had to go through that. Like with freaking fentanyl and oh, horrible stuff. Anyways, lots of love. So let me just see if I can. I feel like I'm with somebody who's cerebral. I want to say, who's philosophical, that has a lot going on upstairs. I want to say also strong. I wouldn't say quiet, but he's got that kind of energy. I want to say. So yes, he's very strong, protective. Yeah, God, he did wear it backwards. All right. So I like when they give me these silly evidential things just to validate. That's not so much the style. Like in the 80s and 90s, I remember everybody had those caps backwards. But in any event, very strong. But he feels like he's got that kind of gentle, philosophical, cerebral side. Also, I want to say, and I want to say a name like Dana, but I could be confusing that with a more common like DA name like Dave or Dan. But he pops that in my mind also. Again, that could be say hi to or with him on the other side. I think I want to put that in the living for some reason. And there's something about marching too. I don't know if there's it may just be that there may be like a demonstration that you go to for something where people are picketing or protesting. I mean, unless there's a military, that would be the obvious thing with marching. But I think it's more like, or there's more to that message. Marching to your own beat, but sometimes you have to play the game somewhat in order to establish further independence. So it's fine. Oh, do you know what December the 2nd means? He popped that date clearly in my mind. And if that's not for you, somebody with a very strong connection to December 2nd just popped in. But in any event, so and from what I've seen, yes, we wanted to buy property together and have a horse therapy place. Love it, very good, yeah. So very good, and yeah, that story with what were you saying? Anyway, nothing different. That would have been enough for me to quit smoking weed back in that day. One time I was at a Dead show and they were passing a pipe down and it tasted funny. And I was like, "Whoa, what is this?" And the guy goes, "It's crack, man." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Anyhow, those my old drug stories. Hello, Jack. We got the name Jack earlier. I'm wondering if he came through. He's kind of like like normally I don't work this way. It's the spirits come in, but your hubby is very much with you. And George Keller is an amazing psychic, by the way. And she's one of my first radio shows when I started out in mediumship. I was doing psychic readings for many years, but it's one of the first public things that I did after the Queen Psychic Club. I started doing mediumship. I read for 100 people in a gallery. And it was amazing. So anyway, yeah, Jack likes to joke with you and likes to be funny, but keep you on point also. So anyway, he's with you, and I know that. Now, I wanted to get to Val also, right? That was the other person. And yeah, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, and it was a good show. I was on her show twice. That was amazing. In any regard, and once I started having guests on again on the Medium channel, maybe around March, you'll see Joyce on the Medium channel also, and some of you guys as well that are part of the community. So I want to go to Alaska, and I don't think it's going back to barefoot in Alaska. I think somebody else had a reference, like maybe taking a trip there or wanting to go there. But where is Val or whoever I said that I was going to get back to, and then went through all the other messages. You're most welcome. Yeah. Um, and yes, everybody, march to the beat of your own drum. That's my dad with him. So very good with dad. Yeah. And you're most welcome. Someone living in it could be someone living in Alaska, definitely. And Val, you were the one that I wanted to get back with. Was in the marching band through high school. I don't remember why. I think one of your loved ones was coming through, and I was kind of, going with other messages also. So who's here for Val? So there's a male energy. Maybe a father energy. Hold on a sec. Let me grab a little water. Yeah, I know you're living in Alaska. That's why I specifically said I think it's somebody other than you that's either planning going to Alaska. Yeah. Tony Anthony, was that you that I was going to that I said I was going to come back to? If so, that might be who I'm describing, not Val's person. But in any regard, so there's somebody with you. This could be for either of you. Oh, it is Tracy. Okay, I don't know if this is Tony. Yet sometimes I feel in my body. I know there's a lot of breathing issues. I want to say it may have been like a heart condition that caused breathing issues. Um, and I don't know, Tony Anthony, if that was like a partner, for some reason I'm seeing a ring. That's the only reason that I'm asking that, or mentioning that. Um, so anyways, I want to say Tony. For some reason, they popped an image of George Washington in my mind. I'm not sure why, but maybe there's a visit to like his monument or something named after Washington, like Washington Square or something in D.C. But he popped the image of George Washington in my mind, basically, and what else? So what else for Terry? Yeah, if you can pull me back into your energy a little bit, like who is Tony Anthony to you? Because I know we started to talk about him, and the other spirit kind of like cut him off. That can happen. Yeah, we have 100 people on. Yeah, that could totally happen. Yeah, Jeremy. Yeah. All right. So people that came in a little bit later, the way that this works, I open up and the spirits come to me. So I can't really call on your spirits. With 100 people, I'd be here all night if I did that. All right. So I think I'm getting back into the original energy. I think with you, Tracy, or Tony, or both of you, there's also something connecting to music. And I'm seeing the musical notes in my mind. And I feel like he's showing like stepping up. So I think that you may be getting some kind of an elevation, a raise, or a spiritual elevation, I want to say also. And I feel like this spirit becomes your teacher in a way and helps you to ascend to higher levels and higher beings. And they show me a lady who was quite old when she passed on. I want to say at least in her 90s, but she had beautiful hair. It was almost white, I want to say. And I feel like it was kind of straight too. It might be a grandmother or even a great grandmother. But I feel like that's somebody with you also. And she would have had her own recipes, like I almost want to say Polish, but I think there's of Eastern European descent, I want to say. And I feel like this person had like a lot of their recipes that got passed down, I want to say. I think this is still with Tracy, but if somebody else can claim it, and the name Mary or an MAR name would be significant around that also, I want to say as well. And Evelyn, question mark. So So for Tracy, that's your brother, you're saying, right? Um, so Anthony's your brother, yeah. She was a bohemian, yes, like recipes. So that's Evelyn. Okay, so I think Tony and Evelyn are together basically. Yeah, um, and she's bohemian, and Anthony was the great grandfather. That's right. That's who Anthony was, the great grandfather, and um, and the grandmother or the great grandmother. They're together. I want to say. So Anthony was Evelyn's stepfather. Got it. So they're together and they're with you. I want to say, and sending lots of prayers also. But I like this woman's energy. She's very strong. I think there's a connection to March because the number 3 popped up in my mind also. I want to say there's at least something connecting to the sign Pisces. I want to say also, and I'm also seeing like seashells and being around the water a lot too. So I think that might be either a trip that's going on or something that's happening. And they also gave me the image. It looks like the post office. I think there may be somebody that's connected to the to the mail system. Maybe somebody with them or in the family. And they give me the nickname Bob also. So there may be a Bob Robert name that's significant in that energy. So what messages do we have for Tracy? Firstly, that you're very strong. You're standing up for yourself, I want to say. Um, and just to ground a little bit more. And I don't know if you're artistic, but I get this image of like bead or doing like bead working or making things like that or having the ability to do that, I want to say. And the color they're showing me is blue, so maybe symbolic. And blue is really, it's about intuition, but it's about peace, I want to say also. And I feel like they're saying that you have a lot of insight and knowledge of the inner workings in this society, with the you know being able to discern the conspiracy theories versus what's going to be fact later on. So I feel like you're getting a lot of downloads now from spirit, and definitely to trust where you're feeling. And I don't know if you're a Leo perchance. I do know that they show me the image of a lion in my mind. So I think that you have that kind of temperament. And then they're also showing me the Eye of Horus, which is about wisdom. I feel like your loved ones, your grandmom or great grandfather, they're just acknowledging they're with you, and that you're developing. You have a lot of wisdom to share. I want to say, keep doing those recipes. Also, Leo Moon, that works also, and yeah. And Bob Robert was Evelyn's husband, my grandfather. So Evelyn's with her husband. Let me show you guys. Yeah. So that's why she popped that name in. So they're together. Um, all right, and again, now if if you're not have the capacity to do things like I was talking about, like making jewelry or beads or things out of crystals, I might have flipped. With 99 people on, and I can't even see you. That can happen because there's a lot of spirit energy here. Um, yeah, and that Bob was for Tracy, yeah, because 97 people on. That means about 90 of you have a Bob somewhere in your family or that basically. Yeah, and you do make stuff like that. Yeah, so that it's just their way of saying they see that. They know that you do that basically. And wish you to continue to do it, and I could see you charging it with like energy or doing Reiki symbols or stuff like that, and giving it to friends, and especially for protection, I want to say. So I feel like they're acknowledging that for you and seeing that you're doing that. And if I'm incorrect, that would be their message for you. But I think they're showing me what's happening, not necessarily talk about the future with that, to be honest. Yeah. So we're kind of winding down. Let me just take off. Anybody that's here knowing you want to say where you're from. So I'm from New York City originally, born and raised, and I live in the Catskills now, right outside of Woodstock, 20 minutes. Oh, that's okay. New York City now. Val's had to step away. All right. Tulsa. Yeah, Tulsa is a very spiritual land that a lot of people don't know that or associate that. Yeah, because it's Oklahoma, but it is there and the area around Norman, Oklahoma. Those are my two. Oh, and the Wichita Mountain, the western part of Oklahoma. Those are my favorite locations that I know about in Oklahoma, especially the Wichita Mountain. That is sacred, beautiful, special land out there. Very much, yeah. Um, Hi from Sydney. Hi from Massachusetts. Hi, Mary. Okay, so let's try to see if we can get one or two more contacts in. And living in Colorado, great. Yeah. All right. So let's see if we can go somewhere. No. All right. So there's a male figure here. Okay, there's two different contacts, and this could go to two different people or the same person. I know the name Rebecca is relevant. I don't know if it's the Rebecca that's on the thread, if she's still here, or if it's the Rebecca from Spirit. But they're either mom or a mother figure. Either that's her name or your name, or that she's there. There's also a gentleman. I think it's a whole different connection. Male figure that passed in an accident, but either didn't have his seatbelts on, or they came off or something like that. I want to say. Now I want to say I think the name Scott would be relevant, but at least an S name would be relevant around that. So we're talking about different locations. There may be a connection to Scottsdale, Arizona, but the name or word Scott came up around that second one. I want to say. Uh, Bruno, Idaho, nice. My husband Ann and you're Rebecca. Patsy said we have a couple of Rebeccas in. So let me go with that, and unless somebody chimes in with the male figure with the accident, and seatbelts weren't buckled. Yeah, the names, for those that came on later, initials, they could be in the living or who they're with. I won't always hit on their names. Sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. I just open and get whatever I can get, basically. But I think that they're also acknowledging the name Josh too, like Joshua would be part of this connection. And I may be pulling in another area because I feel like they're showing me Australia also. So I think I've got a couple of energy lines going here. But firstly, so that was your daughter, died Shavana in a car wreck. You're on it, yeah. Yeah, we did mention a Bob while we were gone. Yes, you're on it. So I'm still looking for the male figure. This is a male energy. Yeah, that they were showing me. Yeah, yeah, with the accent. Yeah, it was very sudden. I want to say, from the looks of things, I think it was a one car accident also, and I think I was like on a highway because I'm seeing the images now, but I was near the exit. I want to say, and they, I want to say dozed off, so that popped up in my mind. So if any of you guys understand that now, every now and then a contact nobody takes, and then I get a message the next day. That's been known to happen. So if I get something that nobody takes, I don't feel like I'm wrong. I just feel like the person's either not on, or I've had instances where people emailed me because they couldn't use the chat, that they understood the message, but they weren't able to respond. You have to be registered to YouTube to use registered to Google to use the YouTube chat. But anyway, I think we have our person. Um, so I don't know if the rest of that fits. You may not know also. I mean, you probably weren't in the car, especially if I'm correct that it's a one person deal. I mean, the details can be a little bit off. I feel like your brother's funny, by the way. Um, and he's also kind of like doing a lot of stuff in this car. I want to say also, but I feel like this is the kind of person that will energetically mess with you to keep you on your toes. I want to say, I don't know if you could reference a wedding and engagement, but all of a sudden I started to see it almost looks like there's a wedding that happened very recently or coming up in your life or family. If it's you yourself, even better. But I feel like I'm supposed to mention that. And talks about the zoo. I don't know if that's a metaphor that life in your job or around your home is like a zoo, or if you literally were at the zoo, maybe there's kids or grandkids, depending on your age, you took there. But I think that he's describing growing up, I want to say. And I think there's another sibling. I want to say boy, but I'm not sure boy or sister. Okay, I think there's another sister, but and I don't know if you're cooking, but all of a sudden I'm seeing like the mixer basically and the cooking, like you may be doing that now. I want to say, and Land of Oz says it will be very soon, but I'm looking for that for Barbie. I think unless Land of Oz can understand some of the rest of that, I want to say also, and he was awesome. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I like his energy. Yeah, hopefully some of the other things are. And my older brother died also. Wow. Okay. Okay. So that's where the brother comes. I don't know if there's a living sister or if I just confuse that energy, but I feel like there is. I make cooking. Oh, you make cooking TikTok. So again, you're because you had an accident also. It was like one car. The friend went to sleep. Her friend was driving. Um, all right. So I think especially because you um I was going to say because you also could take the reference to the cooking because that was important. Yeah. Especially if you do that on TikTok. Yeah, that would be his way of saying that. Yeah. Um so very good. So let me see if we can get some messages. My sister will be getting married soon. Um but Barbie, you don't know. I gather you don't understand the reference to a wedding, but put that aside. You might hear about that really soon if it's not making sense now. I'm pretty sure that was still your brother when that came through. It was a pretty clear message. So I'll just put that out there. So let me see. I think I might have one more in me. So what else from Jones and his friend? Uh, yeah. Oh, nice, Joyce. Yeah. Yeah, there's always like these overlaps. And there's a lot of people on. Yeah, there's always these overlaps. Yeah. All right. Anything else from that? Well, I feel like your brother's fine. And I feel like your other brother's fine too. But I think I'm getting the one that passed suddenly in my mind. Oh, where does Australia come in? Now I mentioned that earlier. Then they show me a kangaroo. So wherever I am, I think it's one of the 2 or 3 people that could take the accident reference. I think there's a reference to that also. And again, I think if it's not the original person, I think it's the other one that chimed in. But I feel like it's saying you'll figure that out if that doesn't mean anything. Well, if that's the case, they're probably already engaged or talking about it because it feels like it's not that far off. And honestly, but thanks for that. Yeah, the spirit. Oh, okay. All right, very good. So good that you're able to do that. Yeah. So yeah. So let me see if we can get one more. And again, people. I know you missed the beginning, but I can just open the spirit. I can't call them in. And that said, I know where I'm going. The name Kelly is going to be referenced because that came in very very strong. I want to say, and that could be somebody living. There's a female energy that's with me. She's on the taller side. I want to say lightish hair, maybe reddish to light brown to darker blonde. I want to say. This is a very graceful person when she comes in. Um, there may have been a reference to either the name Mary or Jimi Hendrix, and all of a sudden I was hearing in my mind when the wind cries Mary, like that was a Jimi Hendrix song. Um, and I'm not sure the relationship. I think there could be a Patty, like a Patricia Patrick. Let me see if I can get more of this. Yeah, it feels like there may have been something connecting to either drugs or reaction to medication. I want to say, but I'm hearing drugs, so that may, and my ears are buzzing. So this is a strong spirit. I think there's an O name connection too. Like I'm not sure. I want to say Olivia or Oliver, but one of the O names would be relevant in this, and that's pretty specific. I'm not sure the relationship. Maybe a friend, a sister. I'm not 100% sure. But I think we're talking about family. Um, oh yeah, it could be a good friend, especially if some of this other I see where the O comes in, or Ormsby. Yeah, all right. That all right. I think that's the Patricia that we're getting. So I don't know if either she was a little bit taller or thinner, a fun lady, hair was medium to lighter, or if I'm describing you or somebody else. But that's the image that came into my mind also. I'm also seeing the Olympic symbol, and I'm seeing figure skaters. So I don't know if you, she, or somebody really likes skating, or if there's a connection. The number 33 popped up, which is very significant. Yeah, it's significant in a lot of ways. It's a powerful master number. So I think that's your friend way of saying that you're very spiritual, because that's a very spiritual number. There's a lot of ascension around that. Um, and So Val, my daddy's sister Trish passed away this past November. It could be that Patty too, if you recognize the other one. For years in the military. Oh yeah, Robbins. That can be also. So, but I still think I'm with. You're. I'm just realizing. Omwa 333. Okay, teach me not to pay attention. That the spirits have to show me that. But anyway, that but this is for you. Even if not everything's hitting quite yet, this is for you. And again, she feels like family. She feels like a sister to me, I want to say. She feels also, I don't know if she's a little older, but she may be good at giving advice and stuff like that as well. Now I don't know also if you would understand any connection to like either there's medication involved or stuff like that, but that came through also. My mom's name is Patricia. Your mom's name is Ollie. Oh, interesting. Okay. So Yana, that you may have had like a piggyback also. I mean, you got the wedding and the accident also. So I think that was Katie's way of just saying that she's here also, and I have a safe word of kangaroo since childhood. Yeah, that was their way of getting a message out to you also. Thank you for that. And 33 is your number. Okay. Grew up in Olympic host Lake Placid. Oh wow, I didn't know that about you, but the spirits knew that. So very good. So they pulled off of the other person's energy right into your energy, basically, which would explain why she's not taking some of the information also. And I don't know what your height is because I only see you online, but you're definitely lighter hair, and you definitely have a thinner look. So I think that a lot of that was for you. Absolutely, yeah. Um, and hey, Mary Ellen and Patty Alders, thank you so much. All right, so the guys. Again, hopefully those of you that didn't get specific messages, hopefully sometimes you'll get messages through other people's messages because your loved ones try to get to you also. So I may have gotten to 10 people, but I probably indirectly got to 30 or 40 people. Now, if you want to do a private reading, mention this event. It's 10% off. The email is info@atombetweentheworlds.com. We're going to take a little bit of a slowdown with the medium channel this week for a couple of reasons. One, I have a younger brother, Dad, who's currently under hospice care. So I'm going to go visit him this week. So we're not going to do a Thursday upload. We usually do a Thursday afternoon upload, and I'll probably just do the tarot readings, the shorts. At some point I may do another video, and next live stream will probably be, unless something comes up before that or something I'm not aware, will probably be next Sunday tarot time. So it's been a really, really intense and crazy week on the Medium channel. It's been good because I got a lot of new people. If some of you may have been on the February 2025 forecast got about 33,000 hits. So some of you may have been from that video. So it's been very busy, wild, and crazy. So me stepping back and getting some rest at this point is a really good idea. So we're going to do that. And we're going to also give my brother a lot of love and support and a lot of healing. And just to be clear, just because he's in hospice doesn't mean he's necessarily going to die, but he needs to be there for pain management, and it's assumed that he's on his way to passing. But we do the distance healing. He gets better. Now they're talking about instead of like I'm gonna die, like he's been saying, I have to think about what I'm gonna do, about where I'm gonna go if I live, and we're trying to get him possibly into assisted living. But anyway, that's my story. Oh, Kelly, you're building. Yeah, we got Kelly, went right off of that one. Yeah. But in any event, thank you for the prayers and everything, and thank you guys for being here. And I love you. Thanks for being part of this community. And again, the Medium channel is here to support your spiritual awakening. That's our prime purpose, why Spirit got me to do the work I needed to do to get through all the performance anxiety and camera shyness, to actually be able to do this over 4 years ago, I might add. And it's showtime now. There's so much going on in the world, but I'll talk about what's going on because we need to know that. But the primary goal is, from awareness, comes safety. So if you understand what's behind all the craziness, not only will you be safer, but it'll be your opportunity to springboard your awakening, because that's really the bottom line of what's going on. The tower has to fall. The darkness has to transcend in order for the light to shine. The night has to come in order for the new dawn to happen. So we're here heralding in the new dawn and the new age and that kind of stuff. So that's why we're here. Thank you guys for being here and being part of this also. Love you and thank you. Yeah, I do a lot of music therapy, solfeggios, all that stuff is good stuff. Yeah, very good. And I do a lot of toning. I do frequency channeling. Not all of you know that, but I do that on YouTube. And when the master teachers, the interdimensional beings of light, come through, they work with my voice, and we do toning, and we also do direct energy work, working with your energetic fields to assist you in your awakening and allowing you to clear old stuck energy and to create more elasticity and space within your physical body and your energetic fields to be able to channel more chi and prana. Long story short is they're here to safely accelerate your awakening, and we do that every new and full moon on the channel. And then we also have a Patreon group called Spirit Mind Family, where we go deeper into the channeling work. It gets a little bit more intense because people there are doing the program basically. Well, some people on YouTube are also, and we do some pretty powerful work here. But we also have exclusive videos and content. Just $5 a month to get in on all that stuff. So it's on Patreon, called Spirit Mind Family, if anybody's interested. And if any of you guys want to learn to be a medium and channel yourself, April 13th to 15th, whatever the weekend before Easter is, here in the Catskills, we're going to do a mediumship and channeling retreat, a weekend retreat. And by the time you're done, you'll be channeling and getting messages from Spirit like a pro. I've trained people that went on to be professional mediums, so I kind of know what I'm doing. So we're offering that. There's limited space. Again, the email is info@atombetweentheworlds.com. If anyone wants to get more info, thanks for being here. Commercials are done. Readings are done. Love you so much. And we'll see you at the next time.